Seth, it's wedding day. I am so happy this day is finally here. I still vividly remember that first night we met. I enjoyed every second and I didn't want the night to end. I knew this was different and I did not want to miss an opportunity to get to know you. You're welcome.
Well, good evening, everyone. And thank you for being here for Seth and Kelly. We've been waiting for this for about 2 years. They've had just a great relationship. I know both families are just thrilled.
I just thought that the whole crowd was there with them, and I don't know, I just felt a whole lot of love in the room.
Family has always meant a great deal to Kelly. I think we can see that just by looking around this room tonight. Here we are, surrounded by the family that raised her, cherished friends, and now a new family to call her own. She is fiercely loyal and puts her family first.
Kelly's my little sister, and I remember the day she was born and being so excited to meet her. There's a picture of me holding her that day, big smile, excited for this new role as big sister, and I'm so thankful to have her in my life. One of the best things about having a sister is that I always had a friend.
Seth, he has a wonderful smile, but he also has this very gentle, kind demeanor about him.
We would like to extend our sincere gratitude to both Kevin and Joanne. Thank you so much. Everything has been wonderful. And our parents, Ron and Judy Reinhardt, for putting everything together this weekend. And congratulations to the wonderful couple, Seth and Kelly Reinhardt.
Well, the day meant so much to me. It was so exciting to see my cousin, somebody who, of course, is family, but has become such a good friend as well. See him have one of the most exciting days in his life so far.
Seth, he had something different, guys. The intellectual ability to come up with certain games that we never could have come up with. Mom and Dad, you know the ones. Bathroom bocce. But by far the biggest game was actually between Dad and Seth. Do you remember that at Disney World? There was a little bit of a challenge there. It was, Seth, you're allowed to bring one book to Disney World. We found out at a random security check, Seth Reinhardt won that challenge. Right, Dad? Whole bag, 20-some books.
Today is not the first day of memories we made with each other and won't be the last, but today is special. Let's remember to slow down the day, live each moment of it together so we don't forget a thing. I can't wait to start this new chapter with you as your husband, my wife, my best friend, and all the other things you are to me. I love you so much.
Well, being the third child and the last child, and I guess that is always considered being the baby of the family, and she didn't like that connotation, you know, she wanted to be grown up like everybody else. So I feel like she didn't act the part of being the younger child. She took over and would be telling us what to do and having the opinions, and we all enjoyed it very much.
So Kelly and I actually met at a time where both of us were going through a lot of changes. We really instantly hit it off. I think both of us gave the other what we needed at the time, and we've learned and grew together since that time, and it's been really a great friendship. So I feel very, very lucky, very fortunate.
Seth has a very unique personality. He never was without a book. I would say that he was the child that would get yelled at for having too many books along with him, which nobody would ever imagine that you would tell your child to put books down. He is very loving. He's an all-around great guy.
It was pretty lighthearted. Guys were having a lot of fun together. Seth seemed very happy. Everything was really good.
She looked so happy. I mean, you could see on her face that she was just excited. We talked so long about the changes going on in the world and whether or not the wedding would be everything she had kind of imagined and everything they had planned. And when I first saw her on that morning, it was just excitement on her face. It's here, we're ready, we're good to go, and there's nothing stopping us now.
Well, first of all, I would say that Kelly saw a real solid person in Seth, someone who could roll with her. Well, he's very easygoing. He's easy to get along with. And I think that was very important to Kelly, to have someone like that in her life. It's been at least 2 years now that I kind of realized that, yeah, we're going to have a wedding in the next couple years. We became very enthralled with Seth.
She went to a fundraiser with his mom, and they were good friends. They worked together. And when Kelly told me about meeting Seth, she said, I couldn't think of anything to say. I couldn't see anything else. I don't even know what I said to him because she was starstruck. And as the story goes, she gave him her phone number. It was on a Post-it note, and a couple days later he called her, and they went on their first date.
Oh, Kelly, you look great. Wow.
No crying, baby.
I know.
Are you going to give me a hug?
I will.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
I got your Union League.
All right.
Bye,
Yep,
go,
I got little Bernie,
Yeah.
my father, little of everything. The 90s kid is getting married.
They just have a lot in common. They like learning. They've both seen a lot of the world. And I think they're both very patient with each other because their personalities are quite different, but yet they get along well together.
Well, I think for many of us, all of us, coming off the last 2.5 years to finally be able to have a wonderful, happy occasion and include everyone was so important. And to have Kelly and Seth look so happy together, that was probably the best thing of all.
Seth felt like a friend who had been there for a really long time, and we had just only met him. And so the way they interacted was so natural and so casual, and the way he just fit into our lives, into my life, into my husband's life, into our other friends' lives, just felt right from the very beginning. And so it wasn't just the way he treated her or how happy she became at that time. It was what a natural part of our world he became.
He came one afternoon to our house and said he talked to his dad and said he wanted to marry her. And then my husband and I went with him to pick out the ring, and we knew what was going to happen. In fact, the morning that he was going to ask her, they were going out for the day, and he calls me to say, what would be the appropriate time to ask? Did it matter if it was morning or night or whatever? I'm like, you're going to have a better time if you just get it done earlier so you can enjoy yourself and tell everybody.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Welcome to the wedding of the season. Seth and Kelly, The church shares your joy and warmly welcomes you, together with all your families and friends. Today, in the presence of God, our Father, you establish between yourselves a lifelong partnership. May the Lord hear you on this, your joyful day. May He send you help from heaven, protect you. May He grant you your heart's desire and fill every one of your prayers.
When one finds a worthy wife, her value is far beyond pearls. Her husband, entrusting his heart to her, has an unfailing prize. She brings him good and not evil all the days of her life.
Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not jealous. It is not pompous. It is not inflated. It is not rude. It does not seek its own interests. It is not quick-tempered. It does not brood over injury. It does not rejoice over wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails.
Luckily, I had the best of you. Kevin was maybe gonna cry, that's okay. Kelly just looked like she was beaming.
As she walked down the aisle towards Seth, you could just tell how excited she was to walk down that aisle, and you could see it all over her face and her dad's face.
As Kelly was coming down the aisle with her father, I was watching Seth's face, and he had a smile on his face that I haven't seen. And wow, I don't know. It was just a pure grin from ear to ear, joy. And I looked at her and I could tell that she was looking right at him. You could tell that they were connecting there. I was very happy to see that.
Kelly and Seth, the life you have chosen to live together is not a ball of yarn to be unraveled. It is a work of art to be created. What greater love than that you continue to listen and to understand one another, expecting not always agreement, but variety and difference. How free your lives will be if you need not fear growing and changing. This is your Cana Day, when the water of romance begins to change into the rich vintage of true love. I, Seth.
I, Seth.
Take you, Kelly.
Take you, Kelly.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
I promise to be faithful to you.
Promise to be faithful to you.
In good times and in bad.
In good times and in bad.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love you and honor you.
To love you and honor you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
I, Kelly.
I, Kelly.
Take you, Seth.
Take you, Seth.
To be my husband.
To be my husband.
I promise to be true to you.
I promise to be true to you.
In good times and in bad.
In good times and in bad.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love you and honor you.
To love you and honor you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Seth Reinhardt.
You know, it's funny, Kelly and Seth actually lived about 2 or 3 miles apart when they were younger. And of course, they never ran into each other. But it's just been a wonderful time building up to this. And we're so excited.
You know, this is your Cana Day. You know, Water of romance becomes the rich vintage of married love.
I've also loved getting to know Seth and his family, the Reinhardts, over these last few years, and we're so happy to welcome Seth to our family. Seth, today you are officially Uncle Seth. Corley was born 3 years ago today, and her face lights up every time she sees Seth. She actually learned to say Seth's name before Aunt Kelly.
Kelly and Seth enjoy spending time with their family and their friends, going out to different parties with their friends and family, and even traveling. Traveling so much that we all know Seth is a great gift giver, and on Christmas one year, Seth decided, he goes, I'm gonna really take it to the next level. And he bought Kelly a road map. Seth said, Kelly, you throw a dart at the map, and wherever it lands, we will go.
My Uncle Kevin was home watching the kids while Aunt Joanne was on a school trip in France. The phone rang, and Uncle Kevin set Kelly down on the dining room table to answer the phone. Now, we have to remember, back then, phones had cords, so he had to physically be in the other room to use the phone. He spoke with Joanne about her trip, only to look into the other room and see Kelly hanging onto the chandelier and ripping it out of the ceiling. An impressive act from the fearless toddler, but I guess Kelly saw what she wanted and she went for it.
I felt most emotional when her dad started singing during their first dance. I knew that this was a big moment for them as a family and as a new family too.
When he finishes books, because he's Seth, thank you, he marks them down with sticky notes where he marks when he finishes every book. And that's super weird. But it's cool though, because Kelly and Seth met over a sticky note, and yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So now to Seth and the Reinhardt family. I know Kelly will show you the same love and loyalty, and I'm so happy to add Seth and all the Reinhardts to our crazy group. So Seth, I want to thank you for loving my built-in best friend. You balance each other so perfectly, and it has been a privilege to watch your love grow over these last few years.
Kelly and Seth, actually Kelly first, we are more than proud to call you our sister, even happier to call you a member of our crazy wild family. So if we could all please raise a glass. Now everybody get on your feet and welcome the happy couple of Mr. and Mrs. Seth Reinhardt.
Kelly and Seth, may your mornings bring joy and your evenings bring peace.
May your troubles grow few and your blessings increase.
May the saddest day of your future be no worse than the happiest day of your past.
And may your hands be forever clasped in friendship and your hearts joined forever in love.
Your lives are very special. God has touched you in many ways. May his blessings rest upon you and fill all your coming days. Congrats to Kelly and Seth. We love you so much, and we wish you a lifetime of happiness.
sweaty.
Okay. Are we kissing? Is that it right now?
The bloopers.